Hello everyone and welcome to the Emirates Stadium, London, where the stage is set for a heavyweight Champions League clash. It's the leaders of the Premier League, Arsenal, against the leaders of the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich. Second versus first in the Champions League group phase. Europe's best defence against one of Europe's most feared attacks. Arsenal have a perfect Champions League record this season, winning every match in the league phase so far, building belief that they could make a deep run in Europe for the first time in years. Bayern arrive as the current standard setters in this competition, top of the Champions League phase standings and undefeated. The German champions will bring both experience and cutting edge, most recently showcased in a powerful 6-2 domestic victory over Freiburg. With Arsenal's intensity at home facing Bayern's ruthlessness and European pedigree, this feels somehow more than a group stage fixture. It's an opportunity to make a statement. Two elite sides, both confident, both dangerous, collide with supremacy and momentum on the line. Team news and Mikel Arteta makes two changes from the Arsenal side that beat Tottenham at the weekend, with Christian Mosquera and Miles Lewis-Skelly coming in for Piero Hincapie and Riccardo Calafiori. Harry Kane starts for Bayern, as does Michael Olise in attack. There's also a place for 17-year-old Lennart Karl, who became Bayern's youngest Champions League scorer against Club Brugge this season. There is no Luis Diaz tonight. The former Liverpool attacker is serving a 3-match suspension after picking up a red card in Bayern's defeat of PSG. Around the stadium, North London forever is sung with gusto. We have fireworks and M&Ms, lose yourself, blasting on the PA system. The Emirates is ready. This has the ingredients for a cracker. Kick-off and Bayern Munich get us underway beneath the bright North London floodlights. And almost immediately they ease into a slow, confident passing rhythm. Kimmich and Pavlovic take early ownership of the midfield, knocking the ball around crisply as Arsenal struggle to get a meaningful touch. Harry Kane, deep as ever, flicks on Bayern's first long ball, but it runs harmlessly through to Raya. 17-year-old Lennart Karl plays with a swagger wildly out of sync with his age. He has taken a couple of progressive touches already today. He looks like he belongs on the stage, gliding into pockets, angling his body like an experienced number 10. Arsenal's first real encouragement comes from a foul. Eze tempts Ta into a clumsy challenge, earning a dangerous free kick. Rice swings it in well, but Timber and Saliba get in each other's way and the chance evaporates. Bayern then survive a long throw, hacking clear after the ball nearly dropped to a red shirt. Arsenal threaten again on 8 minutes. Merino lifts a clever ball over the top for Trossard, who does look offside, but the flag stays down. He lifts it over Neuer, which takes him wide. Play continues and Saka picks up the ball and cuts it back, wherein chaos ensues. Shots are blocked, and then the offside flag finally goes up. Frustration, but encouraging signs from the home team. At the other end, Bayern's structure is immaculate. Kompany's decision to put Laimer up against Saka one-on-one is clear. The Austrian snaps and hassles relentlessly, exactly as his manager wants. Bayern have already racked up over 100 completed passes in the first 10 minutes, the most ever recorded against Arsenal in that time span in the Champions League. Arsenal, meanwhile, can't get near the ball. Now then, a ball over the top for Arsenal. Neuer comes out of his penalty area to get there ahead of Saka, who takes a whack to the face from the ball, drawing blood from his nose, and play pauses while he's patched up. Bayern, though, get back to work immediately afterward. Olise begins drifting into the half spaces. He teases Lewis-Skelly before being dragged back by the fullback. Kimmich's free kick is cleared, but Bayern's control remains total. Another Bayern corner, another harmless header. This time, Upamecano nodding wide. But the pattern is set. Arsenal can't get a sustained period on the ball. Bayern look comfortable, authoritative, as if the Emirates were their home ground. 20 minutes gone. Zubimendi presses Laimer brilliantly, forcing a corner. That brings a response from the home crowd. They know how dangerous their team is from corners. Saka will take it. He whips it in beautifully. Timber gets above everyone. Goal! He glances a superb header past the stranded Neuer. The Emirates erupts. 10 goals from corners this season, more than any team in Europe's Big Five leagues. Timber times his leap perfectly, beating Neuer to the delivery and steering it across goal. Clever, brave, and exactly what Arsenal needed after being starved of the ball for much of the opening quarter. They don't need to take risks offensively. They can bide their time, waiting for an opportunity, a set piece. Watching now a replay of the goal and, it's very cute from Timber and Arsenal. Timber starts at the back post and before the ball is swung in, he runs past Neuer, making contact with the big goalkeeper as he advances to the near post. Neuer has to reset himself, but by the time he does, it's too late and the ball is in the back of the net. Very clever as Timber impedes the keeper, but as the ball still has not entered the box, it is just seen as normal jostling for position. Bayern's possession suddenly looks hollow. They've had all of it, over 78%, but have done nothing with it. The goal has rattled Bayern. Upamecano goes into the book for a late one on Mosquera. Merino then suddenly finds space with shocking ease, slipping Trossard through. The ball ends up with Lewis-Skelly, who sees his low cross in search of Saka, cut out. Arsenal now look confident, more adventurous. Shortly after, some lovely footwork from Eze and a 1-2 with Merino, but the former Crystal Palace man, the hat-trick hero against Tottenham at the weekend, gets caught in two minds between a shot and a pass, and in the end he does neither, as the ball dribbles away from goal and out of the reach of Saka. Eze should have taken a shot there. That was a chance. Just over the half-hour mark of the game, Bayern take the ball forward to the halfway line. Arsenal have a high line and everyone is behind the ball. Kimmich has it. He looks up. He sees Gnabry making a run in behind Lewis-Skelly. The fullback is still goal side of the former Arsenal wingman as the ball drops inside the penalty area on the right side. Oh, that's lovely from Gnabry. He cushions a stunning volleyed pass, first time across the penalty area. Lennart Karl has got himself between Mosquera and Saliba. Goal! What a clinical goal from Bayern. 2 passes and into the pad of Karl, who races onto it by the penalty spot and lashes it past Raya. 17 years old, yet finishing with the certainty of a veteran. The move is so smooth, so direct, so ruthlessly executed. Every Bayern player touched the ball in the build-up except Kane. Karl's movement, timing and composure are outrageous. He becomes the youngest ever to score against Arsenal in the Champions League. Perhaps Lewis-Skelly was a pace too slow in reacting to the long ball over the top, but once Gnabry had the better of him, there was no stopping the German team. Arsenal, though, nearly strike back instantly. Saka pinches the ball from Gnabry and looks to be in, only for the Bayern winger to recover brilliantly. Then Bayern roar forward themselves. Another diagonal behind Lewis-Skelly catches Arsenal out again, but Stanisic fires wide. That area of the pitch is a concern for Arsenal and one Bayern are actively exploiting. Momentum is swinging like a pendulum in this game now, and just as Arsenal are on the upswing, disaster strikes. Trossard pulls up and is forced off. Madueke replaces him. The half settles into a high-level stalemate. The quality is exceptional, physicality matched stride for stride. Timber nearly creates a second with a cushioned header across goal, Madueke almost getting on the end of it. At the other end, Kane nearly pounces when Saliba's clearance ricochets off Zubimendi, but Raya is out like lightning. When the referee blows for half-time, it almost comes as a surprise. This half has flown by. Half-time and a fantastic first half between two superbly drilled sides. Timber's header gave Arsenal the lead. Karl's brilliant strike levelled it. Bayern have looked unbelievably comfortable in possession. Arsenal more dangerous in transition and at set pieces. Karl, shockingly mature for 17, has been outstanding, drifting, dipping into pockets, linking with Kane, and scoring with the confidence of a star. This game is poised beautifully. Second half, and Arsenal restart the match with no changes. but with a clear surge of purpose. And within 2 minutes they fashion a big chance. Kimmich's clearance lands at Saka's feet. He's 3 yards inside the penalty area on the right side. He has time to set himself. He shoots, but it's too high and over the bar. Actually, a corner has been awarded. Neuer got fingertips to touch it over, but his goal never seemed to be in danger there. It's unlike Saka not to do better there. It was on his weaker right foot, though, in his defence. The corner from Arsenal, unusually for them, comes to nothing this time. Arsenal keep coming. Saka beats Laimer and wins another corner. Bayern deal with the initial delivery, but Arsenal recycle. Saka cuts it back and Merino fires over. The crowd expected every set piece now, and for good reason. Merino was free to run and attack the ball there. Bayern are running a massive risk by letting him do that, and if the right delivery comes in, Arsenal are going to have a great chance to score. Then comes a great chance for Bayern at the other end. It's Karl, this time, who gets the better of Lewis-Skelly, halfway inside the Arsenal half. The young German is able to run all the way towards the corner of the 6-yard box, with Lewis-Skelly desperately trying to get back and stay on his left side. Karl tries to place a shot towards the far corner, but it lacks power and Raya saves comfortably. But the ease with which Karl and Olise have been getting past the left-back is concerning. Arsenal now send out Calafiori and Hincapie to warm up. Arteta, it seems, has seen enough. Arsenal come back down the other end. There's a sense they are tightening the screw on Bayern. They have had much more of the ball in the second half, and that has come about from them being more offensively minded. Rice floats another dangerous set piece into the 6-yard box. Merino rises. Oh, he's missed it. A massive chance, 6 yards out, towering above everyone, but he glances his header down and wide, just past the post. The Emirates gasps. Merino knows it. He should have scored there. Like so many other teams this season, Bayern can't cope with Arsenal's accuracy, determination and physicality at set pieces. Arsenal know this too, and it's giving them encouragement. More pressure from the Gunners. This time Eze is caught high by Upamecano's studs. The defender is already on a yellow. The crowd is howling for a second yellow card, but the referee spares him. Actually, Kompany's reaction is so dramatic, he earns himself a booking instead. Perhaps deflecting attention from his centre-back. That was quite clever by Kompany, if that's what he meant. Bayern are wobbling. Can Arsenal capitalise though? The hour mark approaches and Arsenal's set-piece barrage is relentless. Rice whips in another. Mosquera meets the ball on the up-bounce from point-blank range and Neuer saves instinctively, pushing the ball behind. Arsenal are throwing punches now, heavy ones. Bayern have their gloves up, trying to protect themselves. Rice surges forward from midfield, powering all the way through into the Bayern box. He tries to place the ball in the corner past Neuer. Saved! Rice's driven effort is saved by Neuer's outstretched leg. That was top class from the German. The rebound falls to Saka under Laimer's pressure, but he can't steer it in. Bayern survive, but barely. Rice is everywhere, absolutely everywhere, driving, intercepting, dictating. Finally, Arteta makes the change everyone anticipated. Lewis-Skelly off, Calafiori on. Saka also makes way for Martinelli. Arsenal immediately look refreshed, rebalanced. Rice takes the captain's armband from Saka. It fits him well. Oh, now that's a loose ball from Upamecano trying to play the ball out from the back. He plays it straight to Rice, who feeds Eze down this left side. He in turn slides in Calafiori on the overlap, just outside the penalty area. The substitute bursts into space and whips a vicious low cross across the 6-yard box. Goal! Madueke! He arrives first and bundles it in from close range. The cross from Calafiori had so much pace that the Bayern defenders had no time to react. Madueke's positioning was perfect. A substitute-to-substitute goal. A massive moment. Madueke's first goal for Arsenal, and in the Champions League no less. Arsenal have totally deserved it. They have bossed, no bullied Bayern the second half. Bayern, though, tried to respond quickly. Kimmich lofts the ball over the top for Gnabry, but he can't make contact. And that's his final act. He's subbed off to respectful applause. Laimer also departs. But Arsenal still want to attack. You sense that they are actually enjoying themselves out there now, as if they know Bayern are beaten. It reminds me of when Eamon Coughlin, the Irish long-distance runner, famously looked at the Soviet Union's Dmitry Dmitriev as he passed him to win the 5,000 metres gold medal at the inaugural World Championship in Helsinki in 1983. Look it up, kids. Get your memes out. We've passed the 75-minute mark. Bayern are on the attack. Olise trying to work his magic in the box with quick feet, but Arsenal are alert to the danger and crowd him out. They play the ball to Eze in space outside the penalty area. Bayern have thrown everyone forward. Martinelli is on his bike down the left side. Eze spots his run and plays it over the top to the Brazilian, who has the legs on Kimmich. Martinelli cushions the ball into his stride just as he crosses the halfway line. Oh my! Neuer has come all the way out of his goal, almost to the halfway line to intercept that ball, but Martinelli's touch takes the ball past him. Martinelli must be shocked to see the keeper where he is, but he adjusts his run to take him around the keeper. He collects the ball and continues his run before passing the ball into the empty net from the edge of the penalty area. Go! Bedlam at the Emirates. Scenes! What a break! What a moment for Arsenal. Neuer, normally the embodiment of calm, charged out of his box for a ball he had no business contesting. Credit to Eze for the delightful pass over the top, and to Martinelli for keeping his cool. He was missing those chances last season, not this one. Talking about memories, that goal reminds me of Pele's famous runaround move. Look it up, kids. Actually, probably everyone. An iconic move he executed against Uruguay in the 1970 World Cup semi-final. The only difference is that Pele didn't score that time. Martinelli has. Arsenal now have a commanding 2-goal lead. Bayern are shell-shocked. The atmosphere in the stadium is electric. Arteta turns to the crowd and the crowd responds, roaring every successful pass now, every duel won. The chants break out. Are you Tottenham in disguise? The Emirates is enjoying this. 10 minutes to go, more changes for Arsenal as Timber and Eze are replaced by White and the returning club captain Odegaard, who was given the armband by Rice. For Bayern, Kimmich, Karl and Upamecano are replaced by Goretzka, Guerreiro and Kim. You would think Rice would be taking his foot off the accelerator now, but he's built different. He makes a crunching tackle on Kane and urges the crowd for more. They give it. He has been extraordinary, covering ground, orchestrating the press, dominating midfield, winning duels all over the pitch. Much has been hyped about how Arsenal have cover for every position, but take Rice out of this team and they lose something that no other player can give. Aura. Time ticks away. Arsenal see it out with maturity and composure. This is not the Arsenal of old. This is a side that manages leads with a calm ruthlessness. Kane wins a late free kick but has been suffocated all night. Mosquera has shattered him relentlessly. Saliba covering behind, Zubimendi screening in front. Bayern's talisman has barely had a touch in dangerous territory. 4 minutes at a time. A scramble ends with Kim blasting over. Olise whips in a final cross, and who's there? Declan Rice again, rising and clearing like a centre-back. Arsenal don't just look confident, they look commanding. And then the whistle blows. The Arsenal juggernaut rolls on. 5 wins from 5 in the Champions League. Bayern's first defeat of the season. A statement performance, emphatic, powerful and symbolic. Timber's header set the tone. Karl's brilliant equaliser made it a contest. But Arsenal's second-half performance was on another level entirely. Waves of pressure, relentless set-pieces, midfield dominance and devastating impact from the bench. Madueke scores his first Arsenal goal. Martinelli returns from injury to seal it. Calafiori grabs an assist. Arteta's subs all deliver. The squad's depth, once Arsenal's Achilles heel, now looks like a strength. Declan Rice is named player of the match and nobody argues. He was titanic, Pressing, tackling, driving, passing, organising, he covered every blade of glass and dragged Arsenal forward time and time again. A true leader. Credit also to Zubimendi. His role must not be overrated. His control of the back in screening in front of the defence allows Rice to do what he has done tonight. Bayern arrived unbeaten and left outplayed. Arsenal imposed their will, their intensity and their belief. There's a solidity about them, a 7 to 10 baseline that rarely drops, an occasional burst into 9 out of 10 territory like this. The only negative is Trossard's injury, but even that blow was softened by the contributions of those who replaced him. This is a team that now believes it can go deep into Europe. This is a team with depth, power, clarity, and hunger. The only thing, of course, is that this is only November, not April or May, the business end of the season. This performance would be for nothing if they have peaked too soon. They need to keep the pot simmering, not get overcooked. However, that's a tomorrow problem. Tonight, Arsenal can exult in a night to remember at the Emirates. It finishes Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1.